Good afternoon. My name is Manuela Seiberth and I'm the founder and director of Auspire Immigration Australia. Welcome to our live, like every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm going live and I talk about an immigration topic. As you can see on the title of this live, today I will talk about when will Australia open international borders so that migrants that are currently offshore can come to Australia. So I'm going to give it a few seconds or maybe 30 seconds for people to jump online. As soon as you join us, please give me a love heart, like a heart, not just a like. It has to be a love heart for the algorithm. So please give me some love. We can all need it during these tough times. I'm located in Queensland and we just got out of lockdown. We were in lockdown for 9 days. So yeah, it's nice to have some freedom. Wonderful. I see the love hearts coming on Facebook. Thank you so much. Welcome to the live. As you join, please give me a love heart on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you are watching the replay, please put a hashtag replay in the comments. Also, can you please, as every time I need to do a sound and view check, can you please let me know, can you hear me? Type yes in the comments. Please type yes in the comments if you can hear me. No one is typing yes. I wonder, can you see me? Type yes if you can see me. Okay, we've got Jessica saying yes. Evelyn is saying yes. That's for seeing me. Can you also can you type yes for hearing me? Okay, Dennis is online on LinkedIn. Perfect. Okay, so I'm getting a few yeses. So I just assume that you can both see me and hear me. Wonderful. Great. And we have someone who's very curious. Miss Jera, when they're open. Well, this is the topic of today's live, and I will elaborate on that, and we'll have a discussion. I will talk. The way you can communicate with me is really through the comments. So put your questions into the comments. Now, I'm only able to discuss questions that are relating to the topic. Okay? If you need our advice, as in I lead a team of immigration lawyers, migration agents, and education agents, and we can assist you. So the best way to do that is to book a consultation. My assistant will put the link to LinkedIn as well as to Facebook and Instagram. So you can just click on the link and then you can book a consultation. And as we have done this now the previous few lives, we offer a special discount code for the people who are watching the live. And today's discount code is Australia. Yeah, so Australia, AUSTRALIA. And if you use that discount code, you get $20 off the consultation price. And it expires at midnight. So it's for the people who are currently watching the live and for the people who watch the live sometime later today. But the discount code will expire at midnight. Okay, so only valid for a few hours. There's a question, do you help in getting professional civil engineering jobs? Well, in fact, we just actually partnered with someone who is assisting us with that. So the answer is yes, Berkeley Allen. We can assist with that. So not we, but we have a partner that, like another company that we partnered up with, and they're assisting with finding jobs, not just civil engineering, or was it civil engineering? Yeah, civil, with any type of jobs. So yes, we can now say that we provide assistance with finding jobs in Australia. Great. So Miss Jera is a bit confused. What is this about? I would say just sit back and enjoy the show. But for everyone who is new, who's watching this for the first time. So my name is Manuela Seiberth, and I'm the founder and director of Auspire Immigration Australia. I lead a team of immigration lawyers and migration agents, and we assist migrants as well as businesses. So we work with individuals and with businesses and we help with immigration matters. So we establish eligibility for certain visas. We then help with the visa application process. We help with skills assessments. We can assist with finding jobs. So there's a whole range of services that we provide. The first service that you can start using is a consultation. Okay, so I do these lives every Monday at 4 p.m. and they are free, and I talk about a topic that the audience has voted for. So on a Friday, we publish the topics on our social media, and then we open the votes. And then the votes are open from Friday until Monday. And then we can... I'm just reading all the comments. It's so lovely. Some Mondays there is lots of engagement, and then other Mondays there is hardly none. So today there is a lot of love coming, and that's really great. I need it because I just come out of lockdown, 9 days lockdown by myself. Not nice. So it's nice to see people responding. Perfect. So what was I saying? Yes. So the first service that you can do with us is to book a consultation, and that's where we establish your visa eligibility. And then from there, we can, go further and then assist you with the visa application process. Sorry, LinkedIn, when I look over there, I've got LinkedIn, I've got Facebook, and I've got Instagram. So I've got 3 screens in front of me, and I'm trying to look at all 3. Wonderful. Okay, so explained... here's my little cheat sheet, just so I don't forget anything. So you can see me, you can hear me, I've checked that. Also, again, if you just joined, please give me a love heart so that the algorithm, gets moving and gets activated. So not just a like, but please give me some love. That'd be much appreciated. And I did tell you about the discount code, Australia. So when you book a consultation today until midnight, you can use the discount code Australia and you get $20 off the consultation. So this is for all consultations. It's for domestic consultations as well as international consultations, and also for the consultations with me. All right. Okay, great. So on that note, I think we can start. So big question, the $1 million question. When will Australia open its international borders? Okay, so some of you may have seen my article that I wrote, was that now 2 weeks ago? Far, can you please post the link to the article that I wrote? You can access that article on our website, so it's on our blog. It's the newest article on our blog. And this is where I discussed this question. I believe that was probably the first weekend of lockdown. So this is how I use my time during lockdown. I do a lot of research, and so I was doing a lot of reading. I was researching, when will Australian borders open for both, for people to come in and also for Australians to leave. Because currently it's also really hard as an Australian to actually leave the country. So it's really, Australia is very protective. And so I found a few answers that I want to share with you today. And it's pretty much reflecting on the article that I wrote. And I used quite reliable resources. So obviously I used government sources, so Prime Minister, and also certain newspapers, as well as certain institutes who are responding to certain, announcements that are made from the government. Okay, so Australia has a population of 25.7 million people. Now, if you think about it, that's not actually a lot. Australia is a really big country, and it has a really small population. That is one of the reasons why we need migrants. And so currently, so the number that I found is currently there is 15% of the population are vaccinated, as in fully vaccinated. As you may know, there is two parts of the vaccination. Yeah, so 2 jabs, first jab and then the second jab. So 15% of the Australian population has had both jabs. And I think it's 34% who had their first jab. And so these numbers, they're increasing. Okay, so I wrote that article 2 weeks ago, or maybe was it just a week ago? So 1 to 2 weeks ago, I wrote that article, and these numbers are rising because the Australian government is, providing a lot of incentives to get vaccinated. And I will talk about the incentives in a moment as well. Okay, and so yes, so we have both vaccinations or vaccines available. So we have Pfizer and we have also AstraZeneca. And I think they're also looking at other variants and other options. So recently, the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, has released a national response plan to Australia's recovery. So there's 4 phases, yeah? And so currently, we are in phase 1, which is vaccinate, prepare, and pilot. So this is phase 1. This is where we're currently in that phase. Now, and as you would know, currently immigration from offshore is really hard, or only a selected number of people can currently migrate. And I will also talk about what are the current options in a moment. Okay, so what are the current options in phase 1? If you are offshore, if you are overseas, what are the current options how can you migrate? Okay, because we're still assisting clients who are overseas to come to Australia, or at least, to start the process. Okay, in fact, we did have a visa approved. Today's Monday. We had a visa approved on Friday for someone who is offshore. So that's great news. And yes, so phase 1. Then the second phase is the so-called vaccination transition phase. And this is when we have achieved 70% of vaccinations. And this is when the Australian government has said that they will ease restrictions on the travel ban. So that's good news. That means that's when they allow people migrate to Australia on work visas, on student visas. Obviously, there's going to be a cap. Okay, so it's not going to be fully open. There's going to be a cap, and there's also quarantine. So people who come to Australia, they need to quarantine. Currently, it's 2 weeks quarantine, and then if you need to do COVID tests and so on, and if that's all fine, then you get released out of quarantine, and you can start your journey in Australia. So this is the second phase, and this is what we're currently really aiming for. So we're currently in phase 1, and we're aiming to go into phase 2, the 70%. And so I've read articles. So there was one study done by the Grattan Institute, and they said that it is possible and realistic that we achieve the 70% by December 2021, so this year. So like 4 months. 4 months. That's pretty incredible. That's pretty special. So in 4 months' time, we are hoping to have reached the 70% of vaccinations. And that means that we can then ease the border restrictions. So if you think about it, December, it's 4 months away. It's not a long time. And yes, I know Australia has been really slow with vaccinations and rolling it out and so on. But there has been definitely an increase in vaccinations, and more people in Australia are getting vaccinated. Now, this is not me telling people to get vaccinated, okay? I want to make that very clear, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I have been reading, what I've been hearing in the media, and what I've been hearing from press conferences, from the government, from the Prime Minister, and so on. So I'm kind of just representing my opinion also as a migration agent, of course. Yeah, so as a migration professional. But I just wanted to make that clear. So this is not pro or against or anything like that. I'm just reading out the numbers and reflecting on what I have researched. Okay, so we then have phase 3. And phase 3 is the vaccination consolidation phase. And this is when we have achieved over 80% of the population being vaccinated, which then follows by phase 4, which is the post-vaccination phase. So this is when pretty much everyone is vaccinated, especially everyone from the adult population, or nearly everyone, over 80%. And this is when Australia will open the borders completely, like it used to be before March. As in, when I say March, I mean March 2020. So this is when borders were closed, March 2020. So it's been now a year and a half that borders have been closed and that we have been living in these kind of conditions, okay? Now, since then though, especially this year, in 2021, Australia has started to allow certain professionals to enter the country, yeah? And I will... Sorry, I'm just also reading the comments and I'm loving it. So keep it coming, and I will respond to the comments in a moment. I just wanted to explain the 4-phase model without interruption. So please keep your questions and your comments coming, and then I will answer and respond to the comments in a moment. So these are the 4 phases. What I really can say is, look, this is an estimate, okay? This is an estimate. However, considering that we're currently sitting on 15%, and I know that sounds far away from 70%, however, over 30% already had the first jab, okay? So considering if they all get the second one, then the number is a lot higher. So we're nearly halfway there. And like I said, the rollout is now just a lot better than it used to be a few months ago, okay? And there's also a lot of incentives for Australians to get vaccinated. And at the end of the day, we need to see where we're at, and I will definitely provide more updates as we come along. Now, what I can suggest is, if you are overseas and you're wanting to migrate to Australia, now you may be at different points of this journey. You may be already knowing, okay, I'm eligible for these kind of visas, and I have started to, prepare for my English test. I have started to prepare for the skills assessment. I have been talking to potential employers. I have been applying for jobs. I've been even, already looking for houses and places to live. I have been doing all sorts of things, so you may be, there's different there's different spots where you are in your journey, okay? So you may also just be at the very beginning. This may be the first time that you hear about this. This may be your first, attending a live with me. What I can suggest, if you're in the very beginning, what I would recommend for you is to book a consultation with us so we can then assess your visa options, okay? Because there's over 100 different visa types in the Australian immigration system, and it's good to know which one are you eligible for, okay? And what we find, a lot of clients, they are feeling quite overwhelmed when they start their journey because there's just so much information out there. I know there's all these forums and groups and lots of information is distributed. Lots of information is not, I don't want to say not true, but not correct. It's incorrect. Yeah. So I definitely highly recommend to speak with a migration professional. Yeah, you can speak with a lawyer, or you can, as a lawyer who specializes in immigration law, or you can speak with a migration agent. And so this is the first step in your journey. And we can also then say, let's say, you would qualify for certain visas, and we can then also say, well, look, because there are certain visas that give you permanent residency straight away. Yeah. Then there's other visas that start on a temporary level, and then they have a pathway to permanent residency. So it's a little bit slower to gain permanent residency. However, we can also explain to you how to get there, how to get the all the attributes that you need to be able to apply for a permanent visa. Okay? That may be, for example, in regards to your English, in regards to your work experience. It depends also on your occupation. All right? So there's lots of different occupations. Actually, on that note, put in the comments, what is your occupation? Like, what do you do for work? Can't see anything at the moment. Maybe there's a little bit of a delay. I hope everyone can hear me and see me. Can't see any comments. Okay, maybe I just continue. So you once you get the once that message comes through, let me know in the comments what is your occupation, and then I can. Okay, Shemi on LinkedIn, his occupation is leadership coaching. What else have we got? Maybe is there people on Facebook and Instagram who want to participate? Okay. Maybe I carry on with what are your options now? So we said, just to summarize, I said results out of my research were that the Australian government wants at least 70% of the population, of the Australian population, to be vaccinated before they start easing the restrictions of the international borders. And it is estimated that we can achieve this goal by December, which is 4 months away. So August, September, October, November, December. Well, 4 and a bit months, okay? And if you think, okay, I want to start now, well, what you can start doing is, if you haven't done so, sit your English test, okay? You can either do the IELTS test or you can do the PTE test. Again, if you don't know how many points you need, or if you need to do an academic or general test, and so on. So the English test is really, really important because it's a prerequisite. Yeah, because if you don't get the right English results, then you may not be able to continue with the visa application. So that's very important. But this is something that you can already prepare. If you have questions about the English test, then send us a message and we can assist. All right? Okay, so English test. Then the other thing that you can start preparing now is the skills assessment. So this is what I do with my offshore clients, that especially when they want to apply for skilled visas, then we do start with the skills assessment, because again, this is a prerequisite for the skilled visa. Now, there's also, and this started in September 2020, there is the priority migration skills occupation list. Yeah, and that list has now been growing. So currently we have 44 occupations on that list. If your occupation is on that list, then you can apply for that for the visa from offshore, and your visa will be processed even though you're offshore. But if you have one of those special 44 occupations, that's why I said put your occupation in the comments. I still haven't got any comments about that. So we've got a few people online, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Also, if you just joined, please give me some love. Love this post, love this live. Share it. If you think this is really helpful, really valuable, then you can share it. Especially, I think, on Facebook, you can definitely share it. I think you may be able to share it on LinkedIn. Excellent. Brian can hear and see me. Good to see you, Brian. As in, I can't see you, but it's nice that you're here. What is this? Rohit on Facebook is asking about New South Wales restaurant manager. I'm not sure what restaurant, maybe. Is it restaurant manager? I'm not sure. The spelling is not saying restaurant, but I'm just reading in between the letters of the alphabet, and yeah, I think it may be restaurant. Okay, so I was mentioning the priority immigration skills occupation list. All right, so put your occupations in the comments, and then I can also address these specifics about that if there's interest. Otherwise, we're gonna have 5 more minutes, and then I'm moving on and going back to work. Okay, so here we go. What is this? Edwin is a metal fabricator from Sierra Leone. Wow, that's pretty exotic. Sierra Leone, amazing. Edwin, great. So that's wonderful. So Edwin, can you please send us a message, like a DM on Facebook, and then we'll get in touch with you. Okay. Okay. So I talked about the priority migration list. Then now South Australia also has a very interesting program. So now they have 36 occupations that they invite to apply for an expression of interest, and then depending on your application, you may be then invited to apply for a visa. This is also possible, of course, when you're overseas. All right. Okay, so this is the South Australia program. Then there is the Global Talent Visa, subclass 858. So if you have one of the skills that are listed under the Global Talent Visa, then you also have a very good chance to apply from offshore and get a visa. The Global Talent Visa is a very good visa, all right, because that is one of the visas that gives you PR straight away. As soon as it's approved, you got PR, and you can add your family members, as in when I say family, I mean partners and children, and you as a family can migrate. Or if you're single, that's fine too, so yes, so the Global Talent Visa is really good. I did a live on the Global Talent Visa a few weeks ago, and we will put the link to the YouTube video on the chat later on after we finished for today. And you can also find it in the library. So on all our channels, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, we have a library, and that's where you can find a lot of information for free that we provide to you. Okay? Now, bear in mind, the information that we provide in these videos is only generic. Okay? So it's not tailored to everyone's individual situation. And that's the thing with immigration, and that's why it's so important to have an immigration agent, because we obviously, once we have a consultation with you, we then tailor our advice to your circumstances. So today I'm just talking broadly about the situation in general, but everyone's situation and everyone's journey is different. So that's why when someone says, oh, I've done it this way, or I've done that, and oftentimes we have clients saying, oh, my friend did that, or such and such, my work colleague did this. It's not all the same for everyone, okay? It depends on your occupation. It depends on, for example, with skilled visas, it depends on your points. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the state that you want to migrate to. So there's all these different requirements. Australian immigration law is very complex. And one of the things that doesn't make it easier is that it's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. Okay, so there's a lot of changes happening. And so the last stream that you can use, of course, is if you have a family member in Australia. Yeah, so, and that would be a partner, a child, if you have a partner or a child in Australia. So then, or if you're a parent of an Australian, then there's also ways how you can migrate and how you can get either a waiver from the travel ban exemption, or we apply for travel ban exemption and then we need to wait for that to be approved. Okay, so these are the options at the moment. So the priority skills list, South Australia, global talent visa, or family. So these are the 4. So 4 is kind of a magic number because also the 4 phases of the Australian National Response Recovery Plan also has 4 phases. And so magic number 4. All right, so now I'm happy to answer questions. Just put your questions all in the comment box. If you haven't done so, please love this post. So not a like, so just hover over the like, and then there's the next one is a love heart. So, that's on Facebook. So please give me a love heart on Facebook and also on LinkedIn, please. And also, if you're watching the replay, you can still do all these things. And please put #replay in the comments. And I'm going to now look at your comments and respond. Okay, I'm going to start with LinkedIn this time. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So there's no questions or anything like that from LinkedIn. So now I'm going over to Facebook. And meanwhile, feel free to put your questions. Oh yeah, and don't forget, if you book a consultation now, as in today, you get $20 off. So that's my gift to you. Bärbel is asking if she can have the link to her personal, what do you say? Oh, sorry, she's writing in German. So my brain is reading German and speaking English. It's quite challenging. She basically wants us to send the link in a DM. Are you able to do that? Otherwise, Bärbel, you can just go on our website and see the post there. Rohit hasn't got back to me about the occupation that he's asked for. I believe it's restaurant manager, but I'm not sure, so I need to wait for clarification. And then we have Edwin. He's got the metal fabricator from Sierra Leone, and he's got the skills assessment already. That's wonderful, Edwin. That means we can start straight away. Excellent. So yeah, there's no questions. Well, on that note, thank you so much. One thing I want to say before I leave is, have you joined our Facebook group yet? It's a very exclusive group. It's a private group. So we want to keep it safe, a safe environment, so that we can discuss topics, without you having to worry. It's an open forum. So, and we're very selective who we allow into the group. It is very important that when you request to access the group, to enter the group, to join the group, it's very important that you answer all questions, okay? So you need to answer all the questions, and you need to provide your email address. Because that way we make sure that you're not a spammer. Because there is so many spammers, and we had it when we started the group. It was an open group, a public group, and there was so many spammers in there, so that's why we closed it. And but there's still spammers. They're actually real people, I think. So there's still spammers wanting to join and then spamming around. So it is very important that you answer all your questions. And so we have another live exclusively in the Facebook group on Wednesday, I believe. You will see notification come up today. And that is exclusive in the Facebook group. We did a exclusive Facebook live in the group last week with Ramiro and I. And yes, so we will be doing these lives in the group on a Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so make sure that you join the group, because there is exclusive live, so just for the Facebook group, and there is giveaways. We will be doing a Facebook challenge very soon where you can win prizes and scholarships and giveaways and lots of freebies, and we will be providing a lot of extra things for you, okay, and that is just in the group. Okay, so far she just put the link on Facebook, on the Facebook chat. So click on that link and then answer all the questions. That's super important. All right, that's all I've had to say. Thanks for joining me today. Congratulations for making this time, to learn a bit more about when borders will close. When borders will open, sorry. When borders will open, not close, open. And I will definitely keep you updated. So, like always, watch out. I'll be back next Monday with a different topic. Make sure that you vote. That's really important. And have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Ciao for now.